In this film, the heroine finds excitement through her interactions with adult men. Each day, she connects with them online for fun and companionship, and she enjoys this lifestyle. These men often shower her with attention and money. However, things take a sudden turn when one of her acquaintances dies unexpectedly while interacting with her. Enjoy the movie as Isabel spends time on the beach. After ensuring no one is around, she decides to sunbathe topless. Her brother, Victor, observes her through binoculars and comes down to urge her to go home. On her way, Isabel seeks out a companion. During dinner, her family clears the table, and her mother suggests inviting Isabel's friend over, but Isabel is opposed to the idea. Victor, who is not allowed to go to the beach, decides to check on his relatives. He sees his sister relaxing in her room. Later, he and his friends head to the beach, where Victor learns that Isabel's friend is present and introduces him to her. At the beach, Felix and his friend approach Isabel, inviting her for an evening walk. That evening, Isabel gets ready for the date, with her brother helping to distract the relatives so she can meet Felix. The couple strolls through the city, and Felix buys Isabel ice cream. They decide to go to the beach to relax. Isabel observes her friend's behavior from a distance. At home, the heroine meets Patrick in her room, while her brother is asleep. Victor is curious about the details of Isabel's date, but she asks him to leave. The following morning, Isabel's family enjoys a day at the beach. Felix joins them to spend time with his girlfriend. In the evening, Sylvie prepares a cake for Isabel's 17th birthday, and the family celebrates. Soon after, Isabel packs her suitcase, and the family returns to the city. On the way, Victor notices his sister's friend. With autumn arriving, Isabel reaches a hotel where an older man named George awaits her. He offers her a drink and compliments her before they relax together. George enjoys spending time with Isabel and asks for another meeting, but she can only meet on weekdays. In the afternoon, Isabel rides a subway, reading a book. At home, Victor does homework with Mona, while Isabel hides the money she received from George and watches instructional videos. The next day in class, Isabel and her classmates discuss a poem. Afterward, she arranges to meet a stranger. Her friend Claire invites her to lunch in the school cafeteria, where they talk about how Isabel spent time with an older man and received a significant amount of money. After school, Isabel prepares for another meeting. She takes her belongings to change, informing her parents that she is meeting Claire. In the restroom, Isabel puts on a blouse her mother has been searching for and heads to the meeting. At the cafe, a man is waiting for her. He asks about her age and education, and Isabel confidently provides false information. They go to the man's house, where he suggests spending more time together. He requests Isabel to demonstrate how she relieves tension, but afterward, he gives her less money than agreed. Dissatisfied, Isabel is threatened with having her activities reported to her parents. In the subway, Isabel arranges another meeting, aiming for more money. A new acquaintance meets her in a parking lot and requests she satisfy him in his car. They engage in activities in the backseat, and the man later drives Isabel to the subway. At home, Isabel is in the bathroom, leaving the door unlocked. Patrick enters unexpectedly, and the man feels embarrassed and goes to the living room to Sylvie. Sylvie brings Isabel clean underwear and reminds her about their theater visit. Isabel suggests her mother take Victor, but Sylvie is firm about going alone. Sylvie prepares for the theater, placing her protective gear near the mirror. As Isabel brushes her teeth, her gaze is drawn to the foil packets. At the theater, the girl spots an old acquaintance. The man came to the performance with a companion. During the intermission, she watches the couple. George notices Isabel, but pretends not to know her. On the way to the hall, the heroine sees her mother with Peter. George sends Isabel a text message, wanting to meet her again at the hotel. At the appointed time, the heroine meets the man, and they have fun together in bed. Afterward, Isabel takes a shower and finds some pills in the bathroom that her friend uses. While she is getting dressed, George asks her about their meeting at the theater. Before leaving, Isabel counts the money and wants to thank George with a kiss. George wonders if she is friends with anyone else besides him. Isabel leaves the room, looking forward to her time with new acquaintances. She enjoys active vacations with different men. The girl has earned a lot of money and wants to continue her practical studies. In the evenings, she meets new men on dating sites for fun. One day, she returns home and finds Victor examining his armpits. During dinner, she asks her brother about his first crush, and the boy feels embarrassed. In the morning, while Isabel is smoking, she receives a message from George asking for another meeting. Before they spend time together, the man offers Isabel champagne and talks about his family. Later, they spend their time actively, but the man faints. Isabel tries to revive him, but nothing works. In a hurry, she hits her forehead in the bathroom, quickly packs her things, and leaves the hotel. In the evening, her mother treats the abrasion on her forehead and puts a bandage on it. Some time later, the police visit Sylvie's workplace, looking for her daughter. The investigator shows Sylvie pictures of Isabel outside the hotel and claims that Isabel leads a double life. Sylvie finds it hard to believe what the police say, but allows them to search her daughter's room and belongings. On the girl's laptop, her dating site page was open. In the closet, the policeman finds money Isabel had earned. After school, a friend invites Isabel to a party. At the house, the heroine meets a worried Mona. When Isabel goes up to the apartment, Sylvie asks her son to leave them alone. The woman is angry with her daughter for her actions and vents her frustration. She comforts Isabel, who says she has stopped meeting men after the incident with George. During dinner, Patrick informs his family that he has booked a chalet for vacation. Sylvie shares her worries about her daughter with Patrick, and Peter suggests sending Isabel to her father. The next day, Isabel gives a statement to the police, explaining that a man followed her after school and offered money for a close acquaintance. She didn't agree immediately, but noted his phone number and called him back a week later. Isabel then met him at the hotel. She later saw a program about female students meeting men for money, which encouraged her to try dating. The policewoman advises the heroine to discontinue her experiment. Isabel informs the officer about her relationship with George and expresses a desire to retrieve her money, which was supposed to be given to Sylvie. That evening, her mother suggests that Isabel consider psychotherapy. Isabel is willing to agree if her mother provides her with money. However, Sylvie decides it's better to donate the money to a worthy cause. The following day, Sylvie takes Isabel to a psychologist. The doctor asks Isabel to discuss her relationship with her father, while Sylvie attentively listens to the conversation. Isabel agrees to continue seeing the psychologist and to pay using the money she earned. Despite Sylvie's disapproval, the doctor supports Isabel's decision. Later that evening, Isabel babysits Veronica and Peter's children. After putting them to bed, she tries to use Peter's laptop, but finds it password protected. Isabel then explores the apartment and discovers Veronica's massager in the closet. When Peter and Veronica return, Peter pays Isabel for her babysitting services. Although Peter offers to drive Isabel home, Veronica decides to handle it instead. During the car ride, Isabel asks Veronica why she doesn't trust her. Isabel hints that Veronica should be cautious about someone else at home. Back at home, Isabel finds her stepfather dozing off on the couch in front of the TV. Isabel sits down to chat with him and shares details about her recent social activities. Patrick, her stepfather, advises her to focus on improving her relationship with her mother rather than seeking new adventures. Sylvie sees Isabel on the couch with Patrick and decides to send her to bed, suspecting that Isabel is flirting with Patrick. Sylvie proposes a trip to London for them both, but Isabel doesn't see the point. Sylvie wants to have an honest conversation with her daughter. Isabel confesses that she knows Sylvie and Peter's secret. During her next therapy session, Isabel discusses what she enjoyed about her encounters with strangers. She described her interactions with George as being like a game and mentioned that she liked those meetings. Isabel also talked about feeling responsible for what happened to her friend. After class, Isabel talks to Claire about how she spends time with her boyfriend. On Saturday, Isabel is invited to a party by Claire and chats with her brother. Claire picks Isabel up, and they head to the party. Patrick convinces Sylvie that she needs to learn to trust Isabel more. At the party, Isabel feels bored and wanders around, greeting acquaintances and observing couples. She notices some girls who have had too much to drink and decides to get some fresh air on the balcony, where she meets a classmate named Alex. He offers her a cigarette and asks if he can kiss her, and she agrees. Later, Claire finds Isabel and they go dancing. Alex joins his friends. In the morning, Alex walks Isabel home, and they share a kiss on a bridge. Spring is approaching. Patrick tries to wake Victor and sees him releasing his tension. Isabel spends the morning actively with Alex in her room. Alex struggles to concentrate, and Isabel helps him relax. After she takes a shower, Alex and Isabel's family have breakfast together. Isabel is uncomfortable with how Alex interacts with her family. After breakfast, she parts ways with him. Victor invites Alex to play video games, but Alex goes home. Isabel inserts an old SIM card into her phone and finds numerous messages. She heads to a meeting at the hotel lobby, where George's wife approaches her. The woman wants to discuss her husband and comments on Isabel's beauty, suggesting that Isabel keep her company in the room where she meets George. The woman asks Isabel to lie down next to her. Isabel falls asleep and wakes up alone in the room. Would you be able to provide pleasant experiences to strangers like the heroine in the 2013 film Young and Beautiful? See you in the next segment.